How is early voting going so far?
It has been busy from open to now. We've had a consistent line of voters since we opened at 8 a.m. There were actually some people here before we got here at 7. So it's been a consistent line all day. Of course, this morning we have some new peripherals that we were using, such as capturing the signatures electronically. So we did have a few bugs to work out this morning. Apparently things in test mode are not the same when you have voters. So even though we tested some of them, this used to it and the system recognizing that it was looking for an electric signature instead of the paper signatures. So I would say, the first half hour we were open, it was a few struggles, but we've had a lot of voters come in, and I'm just glad that people are coming out to vote, and that when they're leaving, they're knowing that they were able to cast a ballot, in a safe environment. We've spent time, making sure we wipe down the machines, wipe down the tables as we need. The voters are using a disposable marking device. So after you get done with it, you can throw it away. We're also giving every voter a packet of, like a hand wipe, sanitizer wipe to utilize. So we want people to feel comfortable and as safe as we can try to make them. So it's been a challenging day, but it's been good. I mean, I know I checked the numbers about 45 minutes ago, and we had over 750 voters. So I know it's more than that right now. So I'm gonna say it was a good day.
What are different ways people can cast their vote?
If you come into the early vote center, you can choose to vote on a machine here. If a person really wants to use a paper ballot, they're allowed to do that as well. And then, of course, the other means of absentee voting is the absentee by mail. In reference to, your ballot coming to your home and you filling it out in your own home and then return it to the Board of Elections, either by mail or at the drop box. And then for the people who just really, are accustomed to and are comfortable with voting on election day, we will also have the normal election day voting that occurs at individual polling locations.
For those who may not be confident in the election system, what is your message to them?
I would say that there's a lot of preparation put in, on behalf of, the individual Board of Elections offices, the vendors, of course, and overseeing bodies to try to make elections be as safe as possible. We, in Lucas County, and I believe in the state of Ohio as well, I know we here make sure that we have bipartisan representation in every facet of voting that involves a voter. I mean, even when you walk into the early vote center, there's two people waiting on you. One's a Democrat, one's a Republican, because we're giving you a live ballot card. That's the station in our polling locations, at the early vote center, and actually even in absentee voting. Once ballots are issued and or returned by us, we have bipartisan teams actually sitting at the same table opening the mail. So we put a lot of effort into processes and procedures that make it apparent that the security of a person's vote is important. And I've been here since 2004. We've made some changes to some procedures, but it's always remained the same in the end in reference to making sure we secure the vote under bipartisan cooperation from the time we receive them in the door to the time we lock them up in the double locked rooms that you have to have even a Democrat and Republicans even enter the room. So we do everything we can do to try to safeguard the votes.
What coronavirus safety precautions are in place to protect voters and poll workers?
In the early vote center, we have like plastic barriers that actually are used throughout the location in front of the actual workers. That's a barrier for the poll worker. I call them poll workers because they're working here, and the voter. We also have the plastic barriers once you're inside the actual voting room and throughout the line. And then we also have plastic barriers in the machine area where the voters actually vote. And not only do we have the plastic barriers, but the machines are spaced 6 feet apart. And from the time that you get in line near the doors, we have 6-foot markers that people are utilizing to even stand in line to enter into the early vote center. And we also have someone that is doing a temperature check for voters once they enter the building. That along with, making sure we have the necessary sanitation supplies to clean the machines, clean the tables, clean the chairs throughout the day. All of those things we've been purchasing cleaning solutions and masks. If a person shows up and they don't have a mask, we have masks on hands for them. If a voter wants to use a plastic glove along with the marking device, we have the gloves available as well. So we're trying to make sure that we have all of the PPE supplies that will be needed to keep a sanitary environment.
What should voters plan on if they plan on heading to the polls?
For in person, we have a lot of the same safeguards. We will have the cleaning solutions to clean the machines at the polls. We'll have the same different cleaning solution to clean the tables and the chairs at the polls. We'll have the disposable marking device at the polls as well as gloves, as well as masks for people who may come or show up without a mask. The machines in the polling locations will also be set up 6 feet apart, and so will the tables that people can utilize to vote at, which we have here as well, 6 feet apart. So all of the same precautions that we've taken at the early vote center, we've taken a lot of those same precautions to be utilized at the polling locations as well.
What is your response to the ruling by Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose that there could be more than just one absentee ballot drop box at local Board of Elections offices?
Well, as you stated, more than one at that location, which we have purchased an additional one at that one location because that's currently the way it is written. But our board will be addressing the directive at their meeting on tomorrow, because as you see, even from the directive, any action that's taken place has to be by a majority vote by the board. So that is one of the things that is on their agenda to look at on tomorrow.
Lucas County Board of Elections Director LaVera Scott, thank you for your time.
Thank you. You have a great day.